In my last video, I rolled into camp amongst a field of butterflies.
Look at the butterflies!
I believe these are spicebush swallowtails, but in looking around, there are other varieties as well. An even bigger group were these eastern tiger swallowtails, and they seem to be in a little bit of a frenzy. The swarming of butterflies happens every spring as they emerge from their cocoons a little hungry. The soft sandy soil at campsites and on roadsides attracts them, as these are full of salt and minerals. It's really just a big dinner party. Now, parties are a great place to meet new friends, and these two really hit it off. Different species, perhaps, but love has no boundaries sometimes. Unfortunately, this bee doesn't agree and tries to terminate this mixed relationship. Eventually, the lovers give in or just find a more private spot to cuddle. With the show over and the sun getting lower on the lake, I finished setting up camp and packed it in for the night. A serenade of frogs lulled me to sleep.
Now, if you want to see a really awesome campsite, let me show you. Now, the first thing that's really great about it is the place to park my trailer and my tow vehicle. Lots of space. And there's also a place right there to dry my shower curtain. Extra bonus. But it's also right by a paved road, easy to get in and out. But the best part is down here. Look at all the greenery, lush. And there's a picnic table right here. And a place to hang the food if you're worried about critters. Fire pit, but the best part is the view. Waterfront, perfect for a kayak, a raft, a boat, or just to swim. Now, staying here is a real awesome place, but you still need the basics. There is actually a pit toilet just a little up the ways. You can walk. There's nothing right here, but for water there's an additional bonus, because right here is a little brook. And another little thing, hickory nuts. Look at all the trees. Big trees, shelter, keeps out the wind, but there's a little space, a little bit of sunlight that I can still use my solar. Now, what do you think I paid for this? You know, like $50, $60? It's a free campsite. I love North Carolina.
I was camped on the western edge of Lake Santitla, a few miles from Robbinsville, North Carolina. It's a scenic place with lots of rivers, lakes, and wilderness, and even a few free campsites. Now, along with the great camping, my main reason for being here was a visit to a special wilderness preserve. This is Joyce Kilmer Memorial Forest. Joyce Kilmer was a poet, and he had a natural affinity for trees. Well, my natural affinity was to walk out into the forest, so off I went on a trail.
It's always easy to tell if you're the first one on the trail because you're the one that gets all the spider webs in the face.
It seems the woodpeckers really liked this old tree, and they left their calling cards all up and down its trunk. The farther I went on the trail, the bigger the trees became. This is a yellow poplar, also known as a tulip tree. And it's the largest species of tree in the eastern United States. Remember that flower I found last video? It dropped from a tulip tree.
Well, this is also a tulip tree, but it has a special guest. And if you're smart, you probably don't want to get too close to it, because this is poison ivy. Pretty, isn't it?
These old trees host many other plants and mosses around their base. And rotting stumps are growing pots for new saplings. This one reminded me of an octopus.
A little tight fit, but I'm in here. Sure hope I can get out.
One of the star attractions of the forest is a massive pair of twins. It's truly humbling to stand between these giants and see the world from their viewpoint. To support their weight, the ground is a tangle of twisted roots that anchor the tree like chains to the earth. But nothing lasts forever, and in time, all must fall.
Whoa. Look at the size of this fallen tree. It must have been hundreds of years old when it fell. Imagine the sound of it coming crashing down in the middle of the forest. Of course, if a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? Well, I've been a tree hugger for years, but it's nice when a tree hugs me back.
When this tree first took root, it decided to take a souvenir. At a junction of the trails is a plaque commemorating Joyce Kilmer, who was not only a poet, but a soldier who lost his life in action during World War I. Although he probably never walked these trails, his memory lives on from the inspiration he gave others. He was a hero to his country and left powerful words for the trees.
Now, one of my viewers was disappointed because I showed dogwood blossoms,
but I never showed the tree, and he wanted to know how to identify it. So for you, this is a dogwood tree. Another passion of mine is to always live in balance. This log over a stream was perfect for that. Now every forest has at least one place where you just want to sit and take it all in. And this spot was mine. What a gorgeous spot. And the perfect place to read a poem. Trees by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Or maybe Mother Nature. All depends on who you feel God really is. Either way, if you look skyward in the Joyce Kilmer forest, you are sure to find inspiration. It's a little dark, but I really wanted to sit out here tonight. It's calm, it's just a little cool, there's no bugs, and it's so peaceful. There's even a full moon coming up. I really enjoyed Joyce Kilmer and trees, the park, and I'm glad somebody appreciates both the poet and the poem, and that it's dedicated to trees, because we are so... we wouldn't even survive without trees on this planet these days. Although we're cutting them all down, there's at least some people that are smart enough to preserve them, and especially the old growth, because once it's gone forever. So I greatly thank the hills of North Carolina for this little peek into paradise. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my others as well. I'm going to leave you with the tree.